Today, I want to talk about something that's really important to me, and that's what to do when you feel like you're in a dark place. I've been there too, and I know how scary and overwhelming it can feel. You might be feeling a sense of responsibility and pressure to get your life back on track, but you're not sure where to start. In this video today, I will help you find balance and harmony during difficult times. The Quran mentions Allah burdens not a person beyond his scope. Allah does not burden a soul what is beyond its ability, no matter the situation or setback. And I know it can be big and overwhelming at times, but someone else been through what you're going through currently. No matter the situation or setback, when you come out on the other side, you're going to be stronger and able to conquer bigger setbacks. This life is filled with tribulations, tests, and hardships. Hi, this is Fatima Zar. Welcome back to my channel. If you like this content, consider subscribing in order to see more. In this video, I will help you find balance and harmony during difficult times. Accepting your emotions is like acknowledging the beauty of a messy, imperfect painting. I don't want you to pretend like everything is okay, there's no problem, and you're not feeling any negative emotion, because that is farther from the truth. And in that moment, we're not being authentic. Being authentic and accepting our emotions is admitting to ourselves that we feel lonely, we feel sad, we're tired and overwhelmed. We just want this to end. We want to move on to the next phase in life. Our emotions are valid and deserving of our attention. We need to recognize the emotions that are coming up to the surface, that are telling us something, that are pushing us towards change and transformation. The moment you accept your emotions is the moment that your transformation begins. When we are in a dark place, it's easy to suppress our emotions or even deny them. They are like a wake-up call, urging us to make change. When we accept our emotions, it doesn't mean that we're giving in to them, but it's the first step towards a healing. I'm going to give you an example. I had an argument with a loved one. I was feeling hurt, angry, and frustrated. Instead of suppressing my emotions with smoking, indulging in food, or using another coping mechanism, I took a few deep breaths and said to myself, I feel angry and hurt by what my loved one said. See, when you do this, you're accepting your emotions instead of pushing them down. Identifying and challenging negative self-talk patterns. When you feel like you're being harsh with yourself or critical, stop and pause. Work to reframe those words in a more positive and compassionate way. The more you do this, the more you're going to break free from these patterns and cultivate a positive mindset, which is going to help you grow and become resilient in the face of difficulties. For example, when we struggle with feelings of inadequacy or self-doubt, we might think to ourselves, I failed again. I'll never be able to do this. In order to challenge this pattern, take a step back. Recognize that this thought is not only not helpful, but untrue. And this is how we could reframe this thought. I'm facing a challenge right now, but I've overcome tough situations before. I can learn and grow from this experience. When you do this, you are going to be able to navigate through any difficulty that comes your way in the future. When something happens, you know that this is happening for you and not to you. Nothing is happening to us. Everything is happening for us, for our growth, for our learning experiences, for our opportunities to help and teach others, to help our families and our kids, our friends, to navigate through their problems in life, to navigate through their difficult situations and their difficult times. I want you to be mindful. These situations happen for us, not to us. And we all go through different things. I was diagnosed with cancer to help others overcome helplessness and resentment and teach them how to navigate through these hard emotions. We need to teach our kids. We need to teach our friends. We need to inspire those around us. The people around you are waiting for your help. They're waiting for you to lift them up, to help them face their challenges. You need to be strong to help other people. Get out of victim mode. Own up to what you're going through. Enjoy and love your journey. Find ways to take small steps towards positive change. When we hear change, we think something big. We get overwhelmed and afraid because we think it's something big that we need to do. And in fact, what we need to do is take small, consistent steps in order to succeed, in order to reach the goals that we are desiring to reach. The truth is, the small, consistent steps are what add up to make a big difference. For example, you could commit to doing a self-care routine every day. Another thing is taking a couple deep breaths in the morning when you wake up. As simple as that. By doing it every single day, you're enforcing different things to appear in your life. You're calming your mind and soul in order to be ready for the day. It's going to help a lot with your anxiety, your stress, and clearing up your mind. These small steps are going to help you build momentum, which lead you to making positive change. So you don't need to worry about the change. You need to take those small, consistent steps. When I say consistent, I mean it. So when you look at your planner or your to-do list and you see that there's one more thing left or there's one thing on your list that you don't feel like doing, as I mentioned before, you're going to get yourself up and you're going to do that thing that you don't feel like doing because it's on your list, because it's on your planner for the day. Unless it's not very important, then learn to not put it on there next time. I don't like putting something on my planner that I know that I'm not going to do. So if there's something that I'm wishy-washy about, I either put it for the future or I set it aside. I set it aside on a different list. If it's not that important, don't put it on there. Because every single time you look at your list and you check off something that you did, that's going to feel like a win. And it is a win that deserves a celebration. You think you need to accomplish big things to celebrate. And in reality, if you don't have consistency, you're not able to reach any goal. If you're not consistent with your work, if you're not consistent in your job, if you're not consistent with your kids, it's not going to work out for you. Consistency is key, not the amount of work that you're doing. Celebrating small wins and acknowledging progress even when I am not where I want to be at. Practice self-compassion and self-love. This means be kind to yourself. Be kind to yourself. You guys are too hard on yourselves. I procrastinated today. I'm lazy. I took a nap. I don't feel like getting up. Be kind to yourself. You deserve to take a nap. You deserve. You're not procrastinating. You're just not motivated. Or you're not passionate enough about it. Don't accuse yourself of these things. These are just labels you're putting onto yourself that are not true. Most of the time, they're not true. And if they're true, then work on it. Do something to change it. Do something to change it. Research about it. Watch a video to help you with that habit. You can change. You could become the person you want to become with the qualities that you like. You don't have to stay the way that you are. In fact, you can't stay the way that you are, because if you do, and if you need to change, then you're going to be forced to change, whether you like it or not. You're going to be forced to change. And change is hard. Again, we feel like it's difficult because we think it has to be big. And again, change is the small steps that you take that are consistent. It's nothing big. So when you hear change next time, I don't want you freaking out. When your friend needs support and advice, how do you treat your friend? You treat your friend with kindness, patience, understanding. This is how I want you to treat yourself. So next time you are going through something, I want you to envision yourself. I want you to imagine that you're talking to your friend. If you don't like yourself a lot, I want you to imagine yourself talking to your friend. Talk to yourself in that way. Self-compassion means we're acknowledging that what we're doing is the best that we can. And it's okay to make mistakes. Mistakes are part of the journey. Mistakes. If mistakes didn't happen, if failures didn't happen, then how are we ever going to grow? I remember starting a business at one point and not seeing the success I wanted to see. That only pushed me harder to study what the things were that I needed to improve or change. I'm a go-getter. So when there's something I want to do or I want to be, I keep at it until I get there. Nothing is going to stop me or derail me. But if and we all encounter setbacks on the way. You can't not encounter any problems. So whenever I do, the first thing I do is try to figure out what is it that I need to improve. I research. I try to improve. I look for what I could do to make the situation happen. I find a way by enhancing my skills, by working on the quality that I need to work on, by finding different solutions. You never find one solution, by the way. There's always a lot, especially these days. I think everything is so out there and easy these days. It's just the motivation. And that's why I tell people to go towards the things that they love to do and are motivated and get them passionate and fired up, because when you are, then you're gonna go do the things that I am explaining without anybody asking you to do them, because you love what you're doing. You're not waiting for someone else to tell you, oh, go research this topic or go improve this skill. No, you're doing that on your own because you wake up and it's the thing that you run at, the thing that you can't wait to start when you open your eyes. And I have to pause these days when I wake up because I got a different kind of routine going on. So I gotta get in my prayers, my recitation of the Quran, and some yoga and exercising. And I'm like, I just wanna get to my passion and start. I wanna draw. I used to wake up and pray and just start drawing, and I never got bored of doing that. I love being able to just do what I love and get paid. It's such a beautiful feeling. And it's actually, it took me a while to know what I love or what I want to do, but I think it just spiraled after I figured out one thing. The other things started to fall into place, and then it comes out to be there's a lot of things that I'm passionate about. And that's not a problem. As long as you start, when you start, things will fall into place. You'll start being directed to different places or different things. And it's all adjustment. There's no mistakes as we're talking here. There's no wrong step. Mistakes help us become the people that we want to be. Mistakes are opportunities for us to grow into the best versions of ourselves. Mistakes are so beautiful. I love it when I make a mistake. When my kids make a mistake, they're so proud of themselves. And they're solution oriented, so they immediately think of a solution. They get the solution before me now. I make mistakes every day. I really do. I homeschool my 3 children, and so they're home all the time. And my patience tolerance is like really low at, sometimes, especially when I'm overwhelmed with a lot of the different tasks that I have to accomplish that are on my to do list that I talked about. So my patience is tested a lot. And um, it's funny, but before I sleep, when I'm journaling, I write down what I'm going to do differently tomorrow. And one of the things for a couple days, the theme has been for a couple days now, being more patient with my children, having, you know, being able to control my anger, taking a deep breath before acting. And it's actually been a game changer, because every single time you're writing this down, you're actually um enforcing it to become stronger, and it's gonna be your reality after a couple times of writing it down. Now it's very easy for me to control my feelings and to be more patient, to pause, to not, you don't have to find a solution right away. You don't have to talk right away. You can take a deep breath. You can pause and say, I need a moment. I need a moment for myself right now. It's okay to say that. It's actually very healthy for you to take time out, to take a time out, especially when you feel those emotions. That's practicing self-love. When I'm not giving myself that moment to take a deep breath, I'm not loving myself. By cultivating self-compassion and self-love, we begin to heal from the inside out and move towards a more positive, empowering state of being. In order to find balance and harmony during difficult times, acknowledging your emotions, identifying negative self-talk patterns, and taking small steps towards positive change are key. If you're feeling stuck and want to find ways to move forward, I'm here to support you. As a coach, I've worked with many people who've had similar situations, and I'd be honored to help you find your way. You could book a session with me to receive personalized guidance and support. I hope you enjoyed watching. Don't forget to subscribe to see more. See you in the next one.